found something that was invisible to everyone else there. And why? It's been some time since I've delved deep into those blue bins, so I am at Goodwill Bins. They just opened, but there's like a plethora of people inside, so I guess they open early, but that is not going to make me sad because who knows what treasures await us in that blue deepness of the bin. So let's get my digging bin gloves on. Let's go inside and see what we can find today at Goodwill. At the bins, and have to do a voiceover because the music is too loud. So we have some art, but not any art that I would be able to really sell at the flea market. Right off the bat, we have some oil ephemera. I think that they were actually little sewing kits inside, but they're definitely older because I don't think oil companies give out sewing kits anymore. These are Beanie Baby cards. I don't know why, but I did end up putting them in my cart to take a look at later. We have some Hager pottery. It looked like here that someone had donated items from their antique booth. A lot of the items had prices on it. I totally forgot to check out those green little pieces in the box because my eye caught this. We do have some Pyrex, just got to get it out, and it's pretty worn. $10 they wanted at the booth. No wonder why it didn't sell at that price. I found this purse, little satchel. It was older. I believe the tag said made in Hong Kong. Some of the beads were falling apart, but I thought you could see some of the beads slide down. I thought that it could be saved and salvaged, and someone at the flea market might enjoy it. I kept digging because this bin looked like it, sorry about that, might have something good. You had to move a lot of heavy items, a lot of boxes, move Pinocchio out of the way. And I found another piece of linen. This was like a shawl. It definitely looked older. I liked the print, but as you'll be able to see, I mean, this thing was shedding. It was just, I don't know what happened to it, but that could not be saved. More glassware. I did check the bottom of the boxes just to make sure. And I found these. We have a Better Home and Gardens and House Beautiful. Those obviously just went right into my cart. I believe those were $1 a piece. And look, we have Tweety. The vintage is just plentiful at the bins today. He was stuck on that cord. This is a chatterbox. You pull the string and they talk. I didn't try them out in the store though. I wanted to keep searching. We had some shoes, housewares. What I like to do is try and move the box over to another bin that has a spot for it so that I can dig. More shoes, more hats. Hopefully, this was a breast pump, and I probably should have picked it up, but I don't think the battery pack was there anyway. And I found Bugs Bunny. I had to get him, couldn't leave. Tweety needed a friend. I'm over to the clothes. Clothes are hit and miss for me. I always look anyway. This looked like it was from some biker rally. It's not old, so I kept digging and digging, and here it is, my big find of the day, a Genesis Invisible Touch tour t-shirt from 1986. I have a funny story about the song. Wait till the end to hear it. Notebooks, they probably would have been $1 a piece, so maybe I should have grabbed some, but I wasn't thinking at the time. I was just trying to nicely move them out of my way so I could dig. That little red tray, I actually found some flatware, which I'll show in the recap. And ta-da! Alice in Wonderland. You know that I'm not leaving that behind. That was 50 cents because it is a hardback book. There was a vintage tree stand that's over there in the corner, the green thing, but those really don't sell anymore, and the price would have been probably a little bit steep because it's by the pound. Back to this bin, digging. These are pretty full, and hidden under a curtain was some Kirkman flakes filled. The box was filled. I had to think, what am I going to do with this? Well, I'm going to put it in my cart. That's what I'm going to do.
hopefully you won't mind a little in the car recap. So Goodwill Bins, I thought they opened at 9. Online it says 9. On the store sign it says 9, but by the time I got in there, like, people had their carts filled. So they must have opened up before. It looked like what they did is they just took boxes and put the boxes with their contents in the bins. It also looked like someone emptied out an antique store booth because a lot of items had tags and price tags on them. Just my thinking. Some of the bins had been rotated from yesterday, others weren't. I have no idea which ones were and which ones weren't, but I found some good things. I found something that was invisible to everyone else there. And why? Because it was the invisible touch. So this is probably my best find for profit at the bins. This is a Genesis Invisible Touch 1986 tour t-shirt. Now, it's a large by Spring Ford. It looks smaller than a large. Confession here. I love the song Invisible Touch. I actually just downloaded the Genesis album probably within the past year. But for some reason, I spent the majority of my life thinking that Phil said she sees the hat sitting on the top shelf. Not she seems to have the invisible touch. I would sing it, she sees the hat sitting on the top shelf. I still sing it like that, even though I know. The moment when I realized he was saying she seems to have the invisible touch, I thought, oh my gosh, all this time. So this is a great shirt. This is probably the first vintage tour t-shirt I've ever found. Online, of course, since we want to talk monies, these have sold anywhere between $50 to $75, $100. Now, there are 2 listed online that are authentic. There are several reproductions. 2 that are authentic. One is a large. It looks like it's not as faded, and that is $249.99 or best offer. I think best offer with 17 watchers. And then there's another one that is, I think, for a little over 100, and another one for $149.99. So is this a $100 shirt? Is it a $50 shirt? I don't know. My problem is if it fits me, I might want to keep it. Sees the hat sitting on that top shelf. What I did buy for myself, it's an Old Navy. It's a, the military camo green. I can't resist these things. They are, I spent, total of $8.61. It is $1.64 per pound for the housewares. So just to give you an idea. So I have that. I bought a few books. Good old Alice in Wonderland. Can't Leave Her Behind. Great illustrations. They had $18 for this. This is my wonder book, Barbara Ann. And then, sitting on top, I found 2 home catalogs or home magazines. We have House Beautiful and Better Homes and Gardens in 1960, and this is 1954. These are always fun to look at and see the ads and what, the homes looked like back then. Items for resale. Most I'm probably just going to take to the flea market. I will easily make my $8.61 back on those items alone. I purchased the sad, probably gonna get more beads everywhere. The sad beaded purse. I think it has a made in Hong Kong tag inside, but I thought it was pretty. It's older, and I think someone at the flea market would buy this so that they can fix it, restore it. So we shall see. I couldn't leave it there. That would have made me sad. I got that. I did buy a hat, a vintage hat. I mean, what does this weigh? They had $19. It has the hat pin in it, the nice little feather. Well, that's not going to work. Started a new trend about that. We picked up the Looney Tune guys. 1976 Mattel. They're not worth as much as I thought they were, but they're still fun. And these will be fun to sit on my table at the flea market. You know, they're eye-catching, and I'm sure I could get a couple bucks for both of them. He works! Bugs, do you work? Oh, darn it. Come on, Bugs. What'd he say? He gets stuck. I don't want to break him. Let's try Tweety again. They need to be cleaned up a little, but that's fun that they still work. I did buy some ephemera. Not sure what it was. Oh, it's sewing. So this is Golf EconoJet oil burner advertising, but I believe that there are sewing kits inside. Or there were. Let's see. Yep, a little sewing kit. Wallington, New Jersey. These are older. Golf items, golf ephemera can do well. It just depends on what it is. And last but not least, because I don't know why I bought this. Oh no, not last but not least. I bought some silverware. It is too bad, or flatware, that the knife, not the knife, the fork or the whole set wasn't there, because these are by Denby, England, and they actually do fairly well. I bought this guy, Kirkman Flakes. It still has the flakes inside. I won't be using it. I don't even think it was never opened. So this is fun. Yeah, maybe the flea market. I'm not sure. This would look great for those that collect the retro housewares, you know, groceries, whether it's boxes, labels, etc. This will look really good on your shelf. So I got that. So yes, $8.91. Got the Invisible Touch, Tweety, Bugs Bunny, some paper, some hats. It was a good day at the bins. Not too rowdy. I think perhaps the afternoon crowd is the rowdy crowd because that's when they actually rotate more bins. You know, there were regulars there. You could tell they were regulars. They knew what they were doing, had their carts pulled off to the side, checking everything, scanning, entering items in. You know, so I was fortunate enough to find that Genesis shirt. It was completely overlooked because the vintage t-shirt people, vintage clothing people, they definitely would have grabbed that. So that just goes to show you got to keep looking, because no one, unless they are going through the bin piece by piece by piece, they're going to miss something because it was invisible. Invisible Touch. Hat sitting on the top shelf. Well, I hope you enjoy this trip to the bins. I want to get to the bins more, maybe once a week, see what goodies I can find. And yeah, maybe some more vintage shirts, some more retro houseware things, or just some fun, cool vintage items. You gotta love the vintage. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to click on that little like button. And if you are not subscribed yet, it would be in your best interest to do so. So this way you'll always be in the know on all of my ventures. Hope you all have a great day. If you're going out to the bins, dig deep and maybe you'll find that treasure. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.